Please tell me your name.
Sir, my name is Satyajit Kar.
Okay. And do you remember your roll number for this exam?
Sir, 483012.
Okay. Sorry, 483012 or 304812?
304812, sorry sir.
Okay, fine. So today we will discuss about your options, right?
Yes,
now
sir.
give me a formal introduction.
My name is Satyajit Kar.
ना सेटा कहबेनी सेठी आपन को नाटा आपन कहबार नहीं सेठी से मन भी करिवे ना कहे
Okay.
ठीक अछि तेनो आपन को बेसिकली कहबार अछि कोन यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम योर
Place.
डोमिसाइल ता देखिबे
Aଜ୍ଞା
लास्ट टाइम मन भी कराइता के तो कोन कहया पे
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir.
यदि किछि कहले तो स्टार्ट फ्रॉम डोमिसाइल
Okay.
यदि कहबे डोमिसाइल कहबे देन यू हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हाईएस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन
Okay sir.
ठीक अछि चारटा कंपोनेंट रहबो हाईएस्ट फॉर डोमिसाइल इज लाइक सेटा जदि कहले one will कहबे नॉन डोमिसाइल टू स्टार्ट करिवे नेक्स्ट है हाईएस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन
Yes sir.
ओके सो तापर थर्ड आसीबो आपनकर करंट स्टेटस एबे आपण कोन करछु करंटली आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम करंटली आई एम सर्विंग एज आपण जॉब रहछन फोर्थ है आपनकर हॉबीज माय हॉबीज आर दिस एंड दिस एंड फिफ्थ है आपनकर ओके योर अचीवमेंट्स these are my achievements okay so please give me a formal introduction.
I was born and brought up in Bhubaneswar, Khordha district of Odisha. I am currently pursuing PhD in subject of forestry with specialization in silviculture and agroforestry. I was the gold topper and the gold medalist of the BSc batch of OUAT. Thereafter, I was successful in clearing ICR JRF with rank 4 and secured a fellowship for which I pursued MSc in Solan, Dr. Y.S. Parmar, University of Horticulture and Forestry. I also was successful in clearing ASRB NET thrice in agroforestry and UGC NET in environment sciences. I also cleared ICAR SRF examination with All India rank 4 in agroforestry, and I am currently getting a fellowship for my PhD tenure. I have.
You have completed
Yes,
your
sir.
PhD?
No sir, I am continuing.
Continuing.
Yes sir.
So this is what your final year or
Final year sir.
final year?
Yes sir.
So when you are selected,
Yes sir.
then what are you going to do? You will not be during your training. You will not get time to complete your PhD.
No sir, I have to, my coursework are over. I have to submit my fellowship to cancel my fellowship. Thereafter, the writing part of my thesis is left out, so I can do that in my free time. I can also take an extension back, and I will submit it later on.
Okay.
Yes sir.
So we will discuss forestry.
Yes sir.
So you have studied about various forest legislations.
Yes sir.
Can you tell me something about the Forest Rights Act?
Yes sir. Forest Right Act. The full name is the Scheduled Tribe and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Rights Act of 2006. It was for granting land to the forest tribes and traditional forest dwellers. So there are few rules, like for ST they would provide the land. For other traditional dwellers, forest dwellers, they should have at least stayed there for 3 generations or 75 years. And again, in that law, the NTFP collection and marketing has been granted to, the power has been granted to Gram Sabha, and also Gram Sabha has the power to allocate pattas or RORs to the forest tribals. So in that, maximum 4 hectares land can be, up to 4 hectare lands can be given, that has been cultivated by them on or before December of 2015, 13th December of 2015.
What do you mean by ROR? You use that term?
Sir, rights of record.
Rights of record or record of rights?
Record of right, I think so.
Okay, fine. So, tell me what is the difference between your clear filling system
Yes, sir.
and selection system?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the, these are the two types of silvicultural system. Clear felling in mostly clear felling follows the concentrated regeneration type of felling, whereas in selection system it is a diffused form of selection. It clear felling in which all the operations like felling and all the trees of that block are carried out in a single operation followed by regeneration of that area. But in selection felling there is a selection procedure in which only exploit the trees which have attained the exploitable for size are cut down. It follows the law of nature selection. Mostly in India, selection forests are being practiced in natural forest, whereas in clear felling are being practiced in plantations.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you name some important commercial trees which are being used in Odisha?
Sir, mostly eucalyptus, Tereticornis, Camaldulensis, and also teak.
What are the uses of
Tectona
each of
grandis.
these?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are the uses of each of these trees?
Mostly, sir, they are for providing more cash benefits to the farmers. In case of eucalyptus, they are used in pulp and paper industries. They are being purchased by JK Paper Mills or in Imami Paper Mills of Baleshwar. And teak mostly they are used for furniture purposes. Also, chakunda tree are being used by plywood industries for veneer making.
So, what are the 4 R's which are generally said for a green, greener world? Okay. Do you know the 4 R's?
Sir,
for sustainable development?
reduce, recycle, reuse, and
yes, you're correct. Refuse.
Sir.
Okay. You must have heard about the 5T of Government of Odisha.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what are these 5 T's, and if you know, then you can tell me how these are implemented in your forest department? First,
Sir,
tell me what are the 5 T's.
yes, sir. I remember few of them only. Sir,
Okay, whatever you remember, you can say.
sir, transparency,
Okay.
timely, then, sir. Sir.
Yes, timeliness or time bound, within a time limit the work has to be done. Then
Sorry, sir.
Technology.
Technology.
teamwork.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like 5 are there. Just
Yeah.
and how that is related or how that is
In forestry.
implemented in forest department, that is more important.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that also you should go through. Okay, so you have very good academic career.
Yes, sir.
You give me 5 good reasons why you are interested in a non-academic career. Okay, because most of your achievements are related to research and academia. So why are you interested in this?
Sir, being a forestry graduate, I always dreamt of serving the forest sector of my state. Sir, first of all is it. Next, I had a keen interest for working in the field job related to forestry, then to teach and in a sitting, then to a sitting job. Next, there is a great potential for my hobbies of photography that I can pursue in my forest administration related job. I can also utilize my research knowledge for the benefit of increasing forest resources of my state, both in quantitative way and qualitative way. And there is also a research wing in the forest department,
Okay.
which I can serve if I am given chance.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. So, tell me something about the top 3 trees which we find in Odisha.
Sir, top 3 trees mostly we find sal,
Okay.
and nextly we find sir, both cultivation or natural.
Yeah, mainly the natural trees.
Natural trees. Okay, sir. We find sal, then we find osana, that is Terminalia tomentosa,
Okay.
and we find kongada, that is kongada, not sir,
Okay.
kendu, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is melanoxylon. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So,
Diospyros melanoxylon, sir.
okay.
Yes,
So, can you tell me about the silvicultural practices of teak?
Sir, mostly teak are been introduced to Odisha for plantation purpose, and somewhere in the block plantation in the forest department are also carried out.
Okay.
So, in case of plantations done by individuals or private organization, mostly they go for clear cutting, and plantation done in the forest area like in ANR or in block plantation, they mostly go for selection felling, and sometimes go for clear felling also, sir, in case of economic plantation built.
Okay. So, you know what is the concept of agroforestry?
Yes,
So,
sir.
first tell me what is agroforestry. Suppose I am a layman, I don't know much about forestry. So, explain it to me in a simple way, number 1.
Yes, sir.
Second is, tell me some agroforestry systems which have been used in Odisha successfully.
Okay, sir. Sir, agroforestry in terms like explaining to a layman is a combination of forestry practice and agricultural practice in a same land management unit, so that we can the components are arranged in a temporal and spatial manner in such a way that more benefits are given or more benefits are incurred to the farmer. So, in which agricultural crops and tree crops are compatible in nature. Sometimes animals are also incorporated in certain systems, and in mostly Odisha, alley cropping system is practiced in farmlands, and in certain degraded areas they go for pasture trees, sporadic pasture trees in rangeland, and certain other like shelter belts in the coastal belts. Fruit based agroforestry systems are also practiced in some parts of Odisha, like mango based, lychee based, and jackfruit based agroforestry system. And in some parts of coastal belt also apiculture based agroforestry systems are also practiced.
Okay. Fine. So, tell me something about the principles of joint forest management and what are the problems related to them, the issues concerning joint forest management.
So JFM stands for joint forest management. It refers to the participation of the forest peoples or the forest dwellers in the with the forest department for management and protection of the forest. Generally, it is a program to increase the livelihood of the forest dependent people, along with some protection and management work of the forest. in which the forest department opens up VSS. Then committees are made, executive forest committees are made, in which entry point activities are done for the upliftment of the forest peoples, and there are also certain improvements like schooling facilities and livelihood incentives are also given, loan facilities are also given to the for the upliftment of the villagers. And forest department also get benefits from it, like they get recent news of forest fire. They also help in preventing forest fire, and they prevent poachers from killing animals, wild animals in the forest. They also help in plantation works in the area. Yes, sir. So the problems, the proper fund management is a problem in that, in which the loan that are given to the forest people sometimes are not recovered back. Next is, sir, mostly poachers. Sometimes poachers are also connected with those forest tribal people, and sometimes they don't inform such activities to the forest department staffs.
Okay. Right. So this is, so you were discussing about the Forest Right Act. So it has also been criticized for some of similar kind of reasons. Can you tell me what are the drawbacks of the Forest Right Act of 2006? Some of the drawbacks.
Yes, sir. Mostly the power of the forest official has been reduced by this,
Okay.
and they don't have any rights for inquiring into those private areas. Mostly they are also indulging in cultivation inside the forest,
Okay.
and this has shown some examples of increasing of Naxalism in those areas, and proper management of forest is also a problem, because the rights that were given to the forest dwellers by forest department are now been manipulated by Gram Sabha.
Okay.
So proper management of forest is been hampered, and collection and marketing of NTFPs is also a problem after FRA. So this all has been tried to be removed by the Forest Right Act amendment, draft amendment in 2019, but it has been rejected for the time being.
Okay, why? What is the reason that it has been rejected?
Sir, this reason because many Ministry of Tribal Affairs has an issue with it, because it overshadows the powers given under the FRA, because in that draft they proposed to give again the powers to the forest officials.
Okay.
So they thought that it would hamper the work of Gram Sabha in allotting the land grant to the tribals and also their rights.
Okay, interesting. So, these are some of the issues according to you in joint forest management.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, tell me another thing. Which is the latest national forest policy? The last national forest policy.
Last is 1988, sir.
It has not been revised after that?
Sir, another one has been
Draft has been
made, yes, sir.
Okay.
So the year exactly 2019, sir, or 2000?
Yes, the draft 1890 was.
1890, yes.
Material you will get,
Yes, sir.
that is there, and the draft is there.
Sir, mostly the major points under this draft were the PPP, public private partnership, in which they are allotting some of the unutilized lands or open forest areas to the private organization so they can develop it, and this was incorporated into that, and more stress was given on social forestry and agroforestry.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is fine. So now situational question. Suppose you are selected,
Yes, sir.
okay, as an ACF, and your senior has given you a very important task of giving a very secret and confidential file, okay,
Yes,
to
sir.
a particular ministry.
Okay.
You are taking that file and going, and a group of miscreants, armed miscreants, they come and, okay, they basically, tell you that if you are not going to give us the file, we are going to kill you and your driver also. Driver is also with you.
Okay, sir.
In that case, what are you going to do? Will you give them the whatever they are saying, or you will, what will you do basically?
Sir, under such situation, I think we have to give the file to them, but after that we have to take proper steps so that we can recover that and catch hold of them and put them behind the bars. But for the timing, we have to give unless and until we do that, 2 lives are going to be in danger, sir.
Okay, so you will give it.
Yes, sir. But in the latter part, I will also try to catch them and recover the documents with the help of police and higher authorities.
Okay. Do we have mangroves here in Odisha?
Yes, sir.
Where?
We have around 250 square kilometers of mangroves
Okay.
in Odisha,
Okay.
mostly in the Vitarkanika area, some parts of Bhadrak also, and some parts of Jagat Singhpur also. Sir, it is an swamp forest,
Okay.
littoral and swamp forest, which has been classified under class 4 under Champion and Seth classification of 1986.
Mhm.
Mostly they grow in areas where fresh water from rivers meet the ocean area or the mouth of the rivers area. Sir, mangroves are mostly belongs to family, belongs to genera Rhizophora, Avicennia, Soneratia, and Cereops.
Okay.
And they have features like stilt root, nematophores, and buttresses,
Okay.
and also they have the potential to grow in high salinity water by certain morphological changes, like they can accumulate salt on their leaves, or they can filter out the salts from the roots itself,
Okay.
or they can adjust to the high salinity of that area. So mostly 3 types of mangroves are seen: red mangrove, black mangrove, and white mangrove. Red mangrove are near to the coastal line, also near to the high tide zone,
Okay.
and beside that black, and to the interior part white mangroves are generally seen. Sir, they help in stabilizing the bunds. They act as a first barrier to the cyclones and other climatic hazards related to that area, and mostly they bind the silts from the oceans, the rivers,
Okay.
and they provide a very high ecosystem,
Mhm.
ecology for higher fish production in that area,
Okay.
for which they have been olive ridley turtle has been attracted to that place for laying eggs in the Gahirmatha Marine Sanctuary.
Okay. Fine. So, tell me something about the silvicultural practices of mangroves.
Sir,
Can mangrove forest be, a result of artificial regeneration?
They can be, sir, artificially regenerated. There is a fishbone regeneration technique of mangrove,
Okay.
in which the land is prepared in the shape of the fishbone. There is a main strip and there are substreams in which water in the high tide condition are allowed into it, and mangrove shows vivipary, so collection of that from the trees and raising them to a plantation age in the nursery, and then thereafter planting them in the fishbone area, plotted area,
Okay.
so they can grow easily, sir, in that condition.
Okay. So now tell me something about a forest working plan. What are its main components, and what is the relevance or importance of a forest working plan?
Sir, forest working plan is a management unit, we can say. It is generally a written procedure for how to manage a forest. Generally, it is done for 10 years, and subsequent micro plans are also made each year, so that the progress of work can be evaluated easily. Sir, for each division, working plans are made, and they are with the DOFO, and DOFO, Divisional Forest Officer, assigns micro plans to the ranges or the range officers for carrying out the works under that working plan. Under working plan, different works under different compartments of the forest are assigned, like selection. In selection forest, the work of selecting the mature trees, and certain provisions of ANR plantation in certain areas wherever possible, and it is generally a map based work that has been assigned to a particular division for that long tenure of 10 years of period.
Okay, fine.
It also has a detailed geographic and topographic, edaphic, all data, climatic and edaphic data of that particular forest division, along with the boundary maps also, sir.
Okay, fine. So there are various types of forest maps. Can you tell me a few types of forest maps and why that particular type is generally used?
Sir, different types, forest type map is one of it, and regeneration map, and forest fire map also is also there. Then, sir, new plantation area map is also made,
Okay.
and
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what are the general reasons for forest fire and what are the general prevention methods of forest fire? In case, we are unable to prevent the fire, then what are the measures that can be taken to extinguish or control the forest fire?
okay, sir. Sir, forest fire generally have been caused by two causes. One is anthropogenic causes and another is natural causes. It has been seen that about 90% of forest fire has been caused by anthropogenic causes, and 10% by natural causes. Under natural causes, mostly by rubbing of bamboos, lightning, rolling of stones are the main causes of forest fire. Whereas in anthropogenic case, there are two types. One is by knowing and another by chance. So by knowing, some mischief creatures try to burn for their own benefits. For some in the range land, they fire the old forest so that new shoots regenerate from that area. Some clear the forest floor so that by firing, so that they can collect the NTFPs and animal hides, animal products, articles from the ground forest floor, and under negligence, like throwing off BDs and cigarettes after without extinguishing its fire, leaving behind the fire after preparation of food inside the forest or nearby areas, stubble burning inside nearby agricultural fields are certain causes of forest fire in India and world. Recently, Australian bushfire, Brazil fire, and Simlipal National Park fire was in news. So the major drawbacks are mostly ecosystem is hampered, biodiversity loss is there. People inside forests are also getting killed. Wild animals are getting killed in a directly and indirectly. Indirectly because the habitat loss is there, no food is there, and no water is there, and it will also take long time for regeneration of those areas. So for controlling forest fires, sir, we can go for clearing of forest floor beforehand, creating forest lines, or you can go for control. These are the preventive methods. We can go for forest line, fire line, and clearing a patch of land so that we can discontinue the fuel for the forest fire, and and if the forest fire is new and it has not achieved greater intensity, we can go for counter forest firing, so that forest firing from the other side, so that it don't get any fuel for further proceeding. So different forest fires, like also I have failed to mention, these are underground fire, surface fire, creeping fire, crown fire, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Some in developed countries, they are also using aerial techniques for controlling forest fire in small patches by using helicopters.
Okay, fine. So now coming to, suppose in forest mensuration,
Yes.
you have to measure the area of a large forest.
Okay.
So apart from surveying methods, what are the other methods that you can use?
Apart from ground surveying, we can go for aerial surveying, sir. We can use remote sensing
Okay.
and GIS technique for calculating actual forest area of that area.
Okay.
For that, we have to use list 3 data of resource site 2, so that we can get a clearer image of minimum mappable unit of 1 hectare, and of the scale of 1:50,000, sir.
Okay, that is fine. So, what are the other uses of GIS in forestry?
Sir, other uses like storing geographical areas of wetlands inside the forest, for making maps in case of citation of tigers and other important wild animals, for making maps in case of forest fires, for
Okay. What are the, what is the most valuable in terms of value, okay, as in cost, most valuable non-timber forest produce in India?
Yes, sir. For the time being, kendu leaf is the most valuable.
Okay.
But apart from that, also resins are also there. Like in case of sal, ral resin is also important. Lac collection from certain trees like kusum and Schleichera oleosa are also important, and lac from mangroves are also important, and so these are the major. Apart from that, also leaves, sal leaves and siali leaves, and sal seeds are also being collected as NTFP. Major NTFPs of Odisha.
Okay. So my final question will be based on the National Forest Policy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you tell me what are the significant features of the National Forest Policy?
Of 1988, sir. Sir, first major important one is keeping forest cover of at least 1/3 of the geographical area in the plains, and 2/3 in case of the hilly areas. Before
Is that being followed? I mean,
Sir,
all
in-
the states in Odisha?
not really, sir, because certain states have reached the 33% target of plains, like in Odisha we have reached.
Okay.
In certain hilly areas like northeast India, they are also achieved targets of around 66% of forest cover,
Okay.
but we are still under the 66% in the western Himalayan belt.
Okay.
They are around only 25%, sir, of the forest cover. They are not also 1/3 of it. And previously focus was generally made on production forestry, but in 1988 policy focus was more shifted towards protection forestry and protection of watershed areas, protection of river banks by plantation, and more emphasis was given for wildlife protection and establishment of national parks and other protected areas, sanctuaries, and more emphasis was also given on forest education and research, and
Okay.
yes, sir.
Can you tell me at least 3 premier forest research institutes of India?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, foremost is the Forest Research Institute of Dehradun.
Okay.
Another is Wildlife Institute of India at Dehradun.
Okay.
IIFM, Indian Institute of Forest Management at Bhopal,
Okay.
and some FSI Forest Survey of India in Dehradun, Research Institute, Forest Research Institute in Jodhpur, Tropical Rainforest Institute in Jorhat, Assam, and IWST, that is Indian Wood Science and Technology Institute in Bangalore,
Okay.
Indian Forest Productivity in Ranchi, Indian Biodiversity in Indian Institute of Biodiversity in Hyderabad. These are the major institutions of forestry, sir.
Okay, fine. So that will be the end of the interview. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, based on your performance, your content good, quality, style of speaking is also good, voice is clear, flow of speech is good, but still ଅଧିକା marks ପାଇଁ at least 2 hours ଆପଣ okay practice କରନ୍ତୁ।
सर कम्युनिकेशन ପାଇଁ କି
हाँ सब ଭଲ ଅଛି। मेरा इंटरव्यू ଟିକେ practice करନ୍ତୁ।
ସେଠି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଉଛି ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ପଏଣ୍ଟ କହିଦେଲା ପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଟପିକକୁ ପଳେଇଲା ପରେ ପୁଣି ପୂର୍ବ ପଏଣ୍ଟର କିଛି ମନେ ପଡ଼ିଲା ବେଳେ ଆଡ୍ ଅନ୍ କଲା ବେଳେ ସେଟା ଟିକେ ଫ୍ଲୋ ବିଗିଡ଼ି ଯାଉଛି।
ନା ସାର୍ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଟିକେ ଆଇ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ ଇନିशिଆଲି ଟିକେ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିଦେଲା
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ତ ସେଇଟା ଆଇ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କିନ୍ତୁ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଇଜ୍ ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ବହୁତ ହି ଭଲ ଅଛି ତ ଆର ଉପରେ ଟିକେ ଜଷ୍ଟ work on this
Sir, I had a doubt on my formula. So can I use this formula for interview?
এটা ଟିକେ ଇଏ ହେଇଯାଇଛି କ'ଣ କହିଲେ ଟିକେ ଡାର୍କ ବି ଅଛି ଆଉ ଏଟା ପୁରା ସଲିଡ୍ ପ୍ଲେନ୍ ନୁହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି ତ ଆଉ ତାପରେ ବି ସାଟିନ୍ ଚଳିବ ମାନେ ଟିକେ ଗ୍ଲେଜ୍ ହେଲେ ବି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ବଟ୍ ଦ ଶେଡ୍ ହ୍ୟାଜ୍ ଟୁ ବି ଲିଟିଲ୍ ବିଟ୍ ଲାଇଟ୍ ହଁ ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ
Thank you.
ନମସ୍କାର